out of the red thing.
Okay.
Look, man, I know what y'all gonna say. It ain't gay.
Okay? Oh no,
it's not gay. And understand this. At that moment, that's what that baby loves.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to love them as they grow. Yeah. So you have to understand that's what mindset they are in. So that's what shows them love. So that moment where you be like, nah, baby, that's gay. Daddy don't do that. You just blocked all the love that she just wanted to show.
Oh yeah, you destroying memories, man.
Yeah.
Life is about creating memories. Because we ain't gonna be here forever, So, life is about creating memories. And when I do go on, and when I am dead and gone, my children will have good memories of dad.
Right.
And so that's how I need to be.
Right.
That's how I need to be. So
as it should. So, question.
Okay.
Do you think kids act better with mom or dad?
I guess it depends, but I'm going to say it depends on what kind of dad and what kind of mom it is. I would say dad, only because dad has the ability to, well, both. It's kind of hard to say. But like me, I'm firm, but I'm nurturing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like it just kind of depends,
It depends. But we heard you first. We heard him. Okay. He thought I was going to let him go by that. We heard him. He said something when he first said something.
But it depends. What does the kid need? When you say act better, do you mean like behavior-wise?
Yeah, behavior-wise, or just, as far as listening goes, as far as just, letting me be a parent to you. And this is just a personal opinion, and what we say, we are out of the box on here, okay? No judgments. These are all opinions. Take what you want and keep it moving, okay? So, the kids it's like, they make it harder for mom to be mom. Mm-hmm. Come here, baby. Let me put on this jacket for you. We being as nice as possible. Mm-hmm. And not saying like we forcefully being nice, but you know what I'm saying? And you know how kids are. They just be kids. Right. But dad come through and hey, that's it.
I think that's because by nature men are leaders. By nature, we're built and we're designed to be leaders.
Right.
Be the I don't want to call it aggressive, but I'll say aggressive for lack of better words.
Yeah.
And so men typically have the ability to be like, hey, okay, that's enough.
Right.
We kind of put some air in our chest and make the kids act right. So when it comes to a discipline or acting out kind of situation, I think men have the upper hand only because of size and then the voice and then, intimidation. So I think men kind of, I think we got an upper hand. But it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But my mom, it was 5 of us and we never crossed her because she created such a, now we weren't scared of her like that, like, oh my gosh, she's going to beat us. But she put a fear in us to where we knew to respect her.
Right.
We didn't want to do anything that'd get back to mom. And so, it just kind of depends on the person. I know a lot of single mothers who have raised their children and has done amazing jobs with no issues. So I think it just kind of depends on the situation.
Right.
You got to be able to be a nurturing person and also be one that corrects. So you got to have both. You can't just be all nurturing, no correction. Or you can't be all correction with no nurturing. You gotta balance.
Right. And remember, ladies, that's what we talked about on the balancing. Make sure you're balancing it, okay? Of course, sometimes you have to be tough, and sometimes you have to be nice.
Oh yeah.
Just balance it to your discretion.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How do you handle moments that test your gangster with your kids?
I don't let them get me upset.
Okay. Well, we're not even gonna say upset, but everybody done had a moment where it's like,
my youngest one is tough.
But
I haven't had to whoop any of them. Yeah. Like even my 9-year-old, I've never had to whoop her before, but she's just so soft.
Yeah.
And I can tell her how disappointed I am in her, and it breaks her. Now my second one.
She's like, what you saying?
The second one, I just kind of be like, you know what? Keep on. But I don't let it push me to anger. I think we have to choose. I don't think you should have to discipline every time for everything. You get what I'm saying? Give them some leeway.
Yeah.
Take some of they devices. And I know that's a white person thing, but I'm a firm believer you don't have to whoop for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a whoop. If I whoop you,
it's about business.
Yeah. You were stealing or you was doing something, Even if I catch you cursing, I'm gonna check you and be like, okay, don't let that happen again.
Right.
But when they test me, I just kind of like, okay. Okay, I give you what I give you a lot of grace, a lot of leeway. So,
Right.
so you know,
That's understandable.
yeah, and everybody and that's why I'm saying at the beginning, it's no really blueprint or book for parenting. You have to do what's best for you because some kids are hard, and you got you got to straight cuss them out and be just. But that's just not my situation because of how I started my children.
Right.
If you let them get out of control, then you're gonna have to get out of control with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you check them and raise them right from day one, or raise them how you want them to be, because there's no right way. Raise them how you want them to be from day one, and respond to you and respond to what you tell them to do. You're good.
Right.
You're good.
Right. And that's true. And remember, ladies, we talk about this all the time. Raise them in the way that they shall go, which is the way that you want them to go. This is where you have authority.
Absolutely.
Okay? Absolutely. Take that authority, but respectfully do it.
Right.
Because you also made a good point of that. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that you still allow your kids to be kids, but it's like you're guiding them.
Oh yeah, still. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is where we as parents have to do better on, as far as balancing, guiding them, and being fun.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it's a balance between the two.
But you ain't trying to raise no soldiers. You just want good kids that are going to turn out to be good adults. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're getting ready to send them to war or something like that. You just want let them be kids.
Right.
Let them be kids with the guidance. So,
right.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. If we come too hard, kids have the ability by nature to want to rebuttal and resist. And but if you just you can guide them without them even knowing you guide them. So it's kind of
That's true.
Let them be kids.
Right. I like that. Yeah. So, if you was at the park with your child, it can be all of them or it can be one. It don't matter. We just gonna say one. We ain't even gonna do all that. You was at the park with your child. They was over there playing with their toy. They was alone, right? And another kid just came and took it from them. I'm not saying they snatched it. Okay? I didn't say they snatched it. But I ain't saying they just cannot have that either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you seen that. What would you do? Like, how would you go about that moment in guiding your child? I ain't saying what would you do as far as you just gonna sit there. No. Right. How would you guide your child? What would you do?
I wouldn't make a scene in the moment, but when we did leave, I would tell them, hey, you can't let people just take stuff from you.
Right.
My youngest girl, I've said before with her, I won't have to worry about her being bullied or anything at school. She's just tough.
Right.
Matter of fact, I gotta worry about her being a bully. She's just so tough. But if that did happen, I would wait. I wouldn't make a scene. I would just wait. Then when we got to the car, just kind of tell them, hey, you can't let people take stuff from you like that.
Right.
You got to be able to stand up for yourself for sure, especially because your parents are not going to always be there to watch you.
Right.
And you got to be free to speak up. But that all goes with them having freedom. It all goes back to how you're raising them at home. As we as parents, are we open to our children coming to us and telling us anything, without them being fearful of getting in trouble or getting a whooping? But that's just how I view my parenting. Every parenting is different, but
exactly. And remember, guys, what we say all the time: take what you want and just go. That's it. Everything may not be for you. Like he said, his situation is different. It's all based off the way that you raise them. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because the way you raised them, don't mean that you can't turn it around. Depending on the age, means the level of difficulty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But it's still time for it. Okay. You can always turn your child around.
Absolutely.
Never. Ladies, don't give up on your babies. Okay. I know sometimes it may be difficult, but a lot of times the most difficult lessons with our children are the ones that we need to focus the most on, because that may be something that they'll take with them in their adulthood.
Yeah.
And who knows, if they didn't get that message down back when they was with you, ain't no telling what's gonna happen to them. Because they're gonna get that message down. Okay, the easy way or the hard way. So why not go ahead and get it together under your roof? And remember, like I said, we are here to show them how to navigate through life effectively and efficiently. So that is your job. We need to show them how to make these choices, ladies. Okay, I know it may be difficult, but we can do it. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
All right. Remember what I told y'all. Drop some stuff in the comments, because I asked anybody whatever y'all want. Okay, because this is about y'all too. That's all I'm saying. This is about y'all too. So I think this is the perfect question for you.
Okay, let's
Because you
see.
said you got girls.
Okay.
Okay. So what age do you think is appropriate for your child to say she got a boyfriend?
Like
And you allow it.
like a real boyfriend, or just kind of like
real boyfriend, not just play. Real boyfriend. And we ain't judging on the channel. We just
I'm trying to think because I was like, wait, do they get to like go out and do stuff, or just?
It can be the beginning stage. Just that, hey, I got a boyfriend and you actually comfortable with, you know what, I want to meet him. Or, they ain't even got to be kissing yet or none of that. Just, I got a boyfriend and it's not,
I think for me, I think 12, 13.
Okay.
Because that's that transitional period, with children.
Right.
You're out of elementary, you're in that middle school, so that's that age,
right.
and I'm cool with 12, 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad either because, like you said, it's that transitional stage. And it's like, ladies, where do you start to let your children, either boy or girl, because it don't matter the gender, but where do you start to let your kids experience in the dating pool? Because at the end of the day, guys, and this is no judgment in this statement that I'm saying, this is just my opinion. We cannot be having our child's first boyfriend at 21.
Right, yeah. No, that's true.
I feel like that it makes a big learning curve for them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want your first heart. Look, I don't want my baby heart to be broken. But if your heart was to break, let it be under my roof.
Right.
So I can help you through it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When you grown and at the house, ain't no telling what you gonna go do.
Right.
So some of your toughest battles, which is the first ones, which is the first heartbreak, which is the first he cheated on me or she cheated on me, let them be under my roof. Yeah. So at what age do you start to be like, you know what? I know I don't want you walking through here with no babies. Of course not. But if you guide them in the right way of how to date, they will do it in the right way. Not saying you control them, but you just let them know, like, hey, you want a boy to really like you because you got girls. Yeah. You want a boy to really like you, get him something to like. Yeah. Get him something to respect. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You guiding her through. Don't just as a father would, you would guide her through that. So now she's knowing how to go through levels with the guy, because she's taking it from a guy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And then that whole middle school, the reason I say middle school because at 12, 13, that's really what we call puppy love. It ain't nothing serious. Mm-hmm. Who was dating somebody at 12 years old and he's married. That's just even in high school, you don't really get serious until you're in your 20s. Right. I think at that point is when it really counts because now you don't want to be dating a man 10, 15 years and then that's just all it is. He don't have anything. He don't want to marry you. He don't want to build a home with you. He don't want to have children. And so, but I think by the time you get 24, 25, relationships will be serious. We're working towards marriage now. Right. Ain't no more, But yeah, just kind of let her be like my daughter. She's 9 now. Mm-hmm. Well, it was one little boy. They've been friends, best friends in school. About the past 2-3 years, and I'm not gonna say his name. And like for Valentine's Day, and I thank his mom because his mom was raising him right. Valentine's Day, he bought my daughter a necklace, a real rose, a box of chocolate. This little joke was in 4th grade. What? I'm like, okay, but I didn't get mad. I was just kind of kids, you know what I'm saying? Let your kids be kids. Let them have imaginations. If you tear down what they are now, then that destroys them as adults. Right. Some kids never recover from that. You know what I'm saying? So just let them, do what they think. You think you got a boyfriend? Okay. Yeah. I just kind of laugh. Yeah. But
you got something to talk about with whoever you're talking to later on. Yeah. She called herself having a little boyfriend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we miss out on. We miss out on allowing them and ourselves to participate in the level of life of where we are. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's middle school. That's puppy love. Yeah. But if we being so mean to them and you can't have no boyfriend until you're 30, they're not going to get to experience that puppy love until now it's adults who have already experienced puppy love and whatever else love. And now they heard and your baby's here. You know what I'm saying? Right. We can't create that learning curve for them. Right. We have to, you know what I'm saying? For them. If you truly love your baby, you know what I'm saying? Help them get through some of the toughest times with you. Right. That's what they need. That way, when they finally fly off and be on their own, they can kind of have a foundation to how to be on their own. That experience. Absolutely. They need it. Like my daughter's in the age now where she likes putting on lip liner and with the mascara stuff. Yeah. She wants to wear the nails. She's only 9 years old. To me, it's nothing right now. It's just kind of like, let them be kids. So, right. Yeah. Okay. So let me know how you feel about this.
Okay.
What age can I have a tattoo?
I'm gonna say 18.
Okay.
Only reason I say 18 is because I feel like if we give them too much now, they're not gonna have anything to look forward to when they get older. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you give it all to them, not like I've seen middle school kids tatted up, like, bro. So what you gonna do when you can legally get this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to look forward to becoming an adult if you're already, entangling or doing adult things? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You don't have anything to work towards because your mama or daddy didn't already let you have it all. So I say 18. I say 18 is a good age.
Right.
Like I remember when I was in 8th grade, my mom wouldn't even let me get my second hole pierced.
Really?
I was upset. Now you got kids, boys, 1-year-old with an ear. I'm like, 2. I'm like, what? Right? But that's just kind of how we were raised.
Right.
We had to kind of, some stuff you just got to kind of work towards becoming an adult. Then you get adult privileges.
Right.
If you're not doing adult things like getting up, going to work, make sure these lights and this water stay on, this rent is paid, you don't get adult privileges. So once you become an adult, you get adult privileges.
Right. And I agree with that because, like you said, it's giving them something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we ain't trying to be their friend. Of course, they have a friend in us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not trying to be their friend. We're trying to be their parent because that's our job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give them something to look forward to. And if you don't know how to break it down to them, exactly what he said is how you break it down to them. Look, that's something you look forward to when you get older. You know what I'm saying? This as simple as you can put it to them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like he said, you let them get all them tattoos and then again, they probably be in a different mind. That's the best thing to tell them. You probably ain't gonna want that when you 30. Or you probably, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get creative.
Right.
Be a parent to them, but again, you don't have to be rough with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Try to help them understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But again, if you gotta, because some kids probably will still try to go there.
Right. Right.
But again, like he said, you ain't gotta let them anger you.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that more in detail. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 on that one. Because the anger stuff, I think a lot of parents, we need in detail of how to deal with that.
Gotcha.
Because I think that's where we are, I don't want to say, I think that's where we're struggling.
Gotcha.
As parents.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
Because you see these cases on the news or when you're just scrolling on Facebook and parents hurting themselves or hurting their kids, you know what I'm saying? And that's where it came from, the anger.
Right. Parenting is a heavy load. Parenting can be so hard because of the responsibility that we have. Now, the world, and I say the world, I mean like, government and all of that kind of stuff. They don't want you to discipline your children.
Right.
Technically, they want to do all the discipline. They want to beat them, and then they want to lock them up. That's their discipline.
Right.
But being a parent it can be tough because you have the load of dealing with your own personal issues and struggles, and then have to make sure at the end of the day your baby is good.
Right.
And so it can be hard.
Right.
It can be hard, but that's why I feel like as a parent you have to find time away from your children. You should at least have at least once a week where you don't have to be a parent.
Right.
Send them to their grandmother's house or let them go to their friend's house. You don't have to be a parent then. You know what I'm saying? You just so that way you can have some me time. If you want to read. If you want to go out to the party, go to the party. Have some me time. So, I think that helps with the stress of parenting and the anger of parenting when you can still create some me time for yourself.
Right, right. And that's very true. I feel like a lot of us, and I want to say we probably let a lot of people let us feel guilty of this. So I want to be clear when I say this. A lot of us let other people think that we don't deserve time to ourselves. And I can honestly say I have been one of those people who felt guilty to even have time to themselves, to even do something for themselves, and that's where the postpartum depression comes from, because it's like, well, no, that's selfish. Why would I do that? And and it's like, well, no, I do need my baby to go with mama for the night. I need to be able to get this good night rest. Like, you know what I'm saying?
In order for you to be the best you have to have some time to rejuvenate. You can have the best car in the world, but every car requires maintenance. Every car requires an oil change. And so that time without the child can be your oil change. You get what I'm saying? And once you do that oil change, then the car can run on a little while longer, and then you still need another break. So that's how parenting is. I feel like in order for me to be the best parent, the best dad, I have to have moments where I can just be away from that,
Right.
and kind of rejuvenate it. I don't care if I just sleep all day. I don't
Right.
care. Like me and my wife, we just went on a cruise about a month or so ago, and I literally only thing I did on the cruise was I slept and ate. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't get to sleep at home. You know what I'm saying? Because my girls are always daddy, 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 daddy. And so there's so much responsibility at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so rest is meant for rejuvenation. You know,
Right.
so if you can have moments away from your kids, because you don't really get moments away from your kids till they get in the teens.
Mm-hmm.
Because other than that, you constantly gotta make sure they eat. You gotta make sure they do this and do that, do that. And so you gotta have some time for yourself where you don't have to be a mom.
Right.
You don't have to be a dad.
Right.
Like literally, I don't have to get up and do anything concerning children. And that's how we keep our sanity, or that's how you can keep your sanity and not go into the postpartum situation. You need some freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you got to create that. You got to get you, and that's why they say it takes a village to raise children.
Right.
Get you some sisters or some friends that you can trust, where the kids just go over there for a day, even if it's just for one day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get that. You have to get that.
Right. And that one day can make a big difference, guys.
Absolutely.
And like he said, sometimes you have to build your village.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Some people may have a few already.
Right.
Some may not. Whatever your situation is, it don't matter.
Right.
You can make it
for
yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay? Put yourself in the environment that you can thrive in.
Absolutely.
Because again, we don't want to lose ourselves.
Absolutely.
And if you have already lost yourself, remember, we can regain ourselves very quickly.
Right.
But you have to listen. Take our advice, and again, actually sit there and think about it. Don't just listen to us, okay? Think about it and do something about it. Because if we don't do nothing about it, we're just going to stay in the same situation that we've been in.
Right.
I just wonder what you're going to say.
Okay.
I just wonder what you're going to say.
Okay, hit me with it.
What time you make them go to bed?
Well, for my oldest daughter, 9:15. That's her. By 9:15, I want her to put her phone down.
Okay.
And then just it's time to get in the bed. Just kind of
can you re-say ages?
Huh?
So can you re-say the ages?
My oldest girl is 9. My youngest girl is 3.
Okay.
And so my oldest girl, I need you in the bed by 9:15 because you gotta get up for school.
Right.
And she gets up at 5 a.m. while other kids are asleep. So she has to get up at 5 a.m. So I need you in the bed, kind of relaxing by 9:15. Then when you can get up at 5.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think kids have to be up. If it's summertime, do what you want. Like when it's summertime, I don't put any kind of time, restrictions on her. Mm-hmm. Or if we're off, you just go to sleep whenever you fall asleep. But if you have to get up for school the next day, put up your phone by 9:15. Right. That phone will keep you up.
Yeah.
That phone will keep you up, and because it's your distraction. So another thing I use is a sweet little thing called melatonin.
Yeah. Hold on.
5 milligram, homie, 5 milligram. Yo, and I've been using melatonin for years.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing. When you give that to that kid, that little dissolvable, yo, 30 minutes later, they out of there.
That's it.
Yo, it's a wrap. So yeah. So I typically take it with her. I don't have to do it anymore with my 3-year-old.
She a thug.
Oh yeah. About 8 o'clock, 7:30, she get that melatonin. She out about 8:30.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Use your supplements. That's what they there for.
You hear me? Y'all, did you hear? Use your supplements.
Now what about you? What do you feel like is a good bedtime? Because your son is young.
Yeah, he's 2.
Okay.
So Lord Jesus, I try to make him be in the bed by 8:30.
Okay.
Doesn't always go playing because sometimes he want to run back in here and mommy, mommy. Yeah. But I try to push for 8:30, and the only reason why I say that is because he actually has to get up for daycare.
Okay.
And his daycare isn't just a daycare they going and watching movies all day. Like he actually goes to school at 2. He wears uniforms.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're actually in the classroom and they're learning. Like you know what I'm saying? So and he be there by like 7:30. Okay. So so I'm trying to get him up around 6:30, 7 o'clock to go ahead and get him.
Have you ever tried melatonin?
Yes, but man, look. I don't know what he on.
Yeah.
That's why I be trying to talk to somebody who got their kids on melatonin. Because am I doing it wrong?
They have 1 milligram, 5 milligram, and 10 milligram for the thugs.
Yeah.
Yo. That 10 50 square. A 10 will put adults out of there.
Okay.
And they only like $4 for like 120 of them.
Yeah.
So
where?
At Walmart.
Okay.
I get the Clover Valley brand.
Okay.
We ain't doing no plugs because y'all got to pay me for the plug. But they like $4 or $5. You get like 120 of them. They strawberry dissolvable.
Okay.
So they taste like candy.
Okay.
Give him the 5 milligram and see how he does.
Yeah.
And if if you feel like he ain't going to sleep quick enough within an hour,
okay,
then just give him 2 or 5.
Okay.
Hold him 5, 5 then break it. But
let me say this. I be giving him some of the sleeping medicine. Okay. Like the cold.
Okay, yeah.
The PM.
Right.
No motherfucker.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
I used to do that with my youngest one. Yeah. That don't really hit like that.
Yeah.
You got to give him melatonin.
Yeah.
Because it's a natural study and it's something that they use. It's harmless.
Mm-hmm.
Melatonin.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when this is over, I'm gonna screenshot a picture of the melatonin so you can go get you some melatonin.
Yeah, look, send it to me.
Right.
Please send it to me. Because whatever I gave him, it ain't did it.
And I don't like the gummies because the gummies have too much sugar in them. And so it kind of starts decaying on the teeth.
Okay.
But the dissolvables, it's like a sweet tart.
Yeah.
It's in there inside of there. So.
And see, I ain't never tried that one because, like I said, when I did give him some, it was the liquid. And he
was
younger too.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, it was the liquid.
Gotcha. Yeah. I bought the liquid, but I didn't really use it. But I stand by the dissolvable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Word of advice before you go.
Okay.
Can you just let us know how to not forget about ourselves? And I feel like you done kind of went in a little bit on this, but could you just give us a little bit more details on how to not forget about ourselves?
I say create some time for yourself by at least once a week. Do something that does not involve your children at all. If you got to send them to granny or send them to your best friend's house or let them go to their friend's house or your sister's house or somebody like that, you got to kind of create some time for yourself. If you like the club, send them away. You go out there Friday night, pick them up Saturday night. You got to have at least 24 hours to yourself without children to where you don't have to be a parent. And I think that's how you stay rejuvenated because you're going to be the parent for the rest of your life.
Right.
For the rest of your life, you will be the parent until you're gone or until the child is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so create some time for yourself. That's one reason why I like the cruise because the cruise has kids camp on there.
Oh.
And so you can drop them off at camp. Mm-hmm. Camp is going to feed them. They're going to do all the activities. You pick them back up probably around 5 p.m. They eat dinner and you can send them right back. Right. So that gives you freedom to just not have to worry about them. You can just kind of, if you want to sleep or if you want to go to the club or whatever on the boat, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So find something where you can kind of just be you.
Right.
Because you were you before you became a parent. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened with parents. We lose ourselves when we become a parent because we put all of our focus on our children. But I mean, that's a good way to just kind of keep yourself, insanity wise, just that's how you keep going, keep driving.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, we definitely appreciate you joining us today.
I'm down to the bottom of my glass. So that means you got listen on there in there.
Look, just literally.
Yeah, I'm down to the end.
That got me on my level because I don't know what's in that. That's something.
That's my special.
Yeah.
I call it the El Horton.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Whatever that is, we like it.
Yo,
they ain't even had it yet, but they like it.
Yo, it's A1. It's A1.
We definitely appreciate you for joining us. You our first dad to be
on
here.
What? Yeah.
We appreciate you so much. Problem. Definitely. And we wish you well on your journey. And we hope you come join us again.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You ain't too far from it, so for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, because look, I'm going to stop making this gender specific. Because truthfully, I just feel like this channel can help every parent.
Everybody.
But don't get me wrong, we still learning how to shake back and get our shake back. That ain't going nowhere. That's for everybody, okay? I'm so happy for everybody joining us tonight in our first dad. And hold on. You already know what time it is. Y'all know y'all got some homework. Don't you run away from this screen. Come here. Yeah. You know you got some homework. Ladies, I'm going to give you no more than a week, honey. Go and find some type of activities that you can do for yourself, by yourself, even if it's with a friend, just without the kids, okay? Because as you heard in this episode, it is very important for you to at least get a good 24 hours to not be a parent. Okay? And we're not saying neglect your kids. We're just saying get some time for yourself to actually just enjoy yourself. Okay? You came in this world alone. You're going to leave alone. Even though you still going to be a parent regardless. You are. But still, make some time for your mental health. That's very important. That way we can defeat this postpartum or we can prevent it, whichever situation you are in.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you get on their homework and find them activities. Hold on. I must say, get your village together too. Okay, we're going to add that to the homework.
Absolutely.
We need to go ahead and sit down. This may sound childish. Get your paper and your pencil and go ahead and figure out who will watch them. Okay? Y'all think I'm bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just being honest. Who will watch them? Okay, Aunt Sally, I know she'll get him every once a month or something. Whatever. Okay, and we're not saying your kids have to be gone all the time.
Right.
We're just saying when you really need some time, or not really just when you really need some time, guys, just make it a routine.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have to wait until you're at your fucking breaking point.
Right. You gotta do before that. Yeah.
Yes. Release somewhere. Know when you need a release before you do have too much. We want to break it before you get there. Okay? So again, figure that out. Get your village together and figure out what activities you want to do by yourself, for yourself. We'll see you again on Peaching with Georgia.
I remember when I lost my mind. It was something so special about that place. Even my emotions had an echo and so much space. And now you're out there without a care, and I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy?